So there's two different ways that I have learned how to start my jelly roll creations here, these round ones. So I'm going to show you this one here, how I start that one. So I measure out about 1.5 inches for this one. I'm making a table placemat. So I'm starting with 1.5 and I'm marking it out. I'm just adding my clip where I want it so that way I know where it is that I need to fold, because I'm going to be folding it. Once I have it all folded, this is the path that I'm going to take with my sewing machine to start my round. And then I'm going to pin it and press it once I have it all pinned and pressed like this, because this is how I'm going to start. So I'm just getting it all how I want it. And then I go across this little lip here just to secure it down. So I sew across that first. And here is what it looks like sewn across that little flap. And I'm sewing straight down the center there all the way to the next little flap fold that I have here. And then I'm bringing it out just to show you how I bring it around. And then you're going to turn it so you can go down the next strip like that. And you're going to sew all the way down there. And now before you get down to the end, you're going to want to pin right down here and start to bunch it around. I kind of like a little accordion in the middle there. You see where it bends in, and I just do that to give it a nice fold, and I pin it like that. You want a nice curved outside so that way you get that nice flat when you sew around. So here I'm pinning it, and then I'm going to press again with my little mini iron just to help keep everything in place like you can see here. And I'm going to start taking the pins out, and I'm going to sew down, and then when I come around the corner, I'm going to make sure to take my time, go very slow, and just guide it around the edge very gently, taking the pins out as I go. And you can see here I'm just slightly turning it with my left hand. I'm pulling the fabric, and then I'm making sure to keep everything bunched on the right side as well, just as I am turning it here, you can see. And then I'm going to go straight down, and then I'm going to do the sides again. So I repeat the process. I put a pin right up in there before the end, and then I curve it around. With these two ones, I like to go over the little end a little, so that way it's not as pointy, and you're not going to get those gaps on the left and right side where that is. So here I'm just getting more pins because I probably dropped one. I drop pins a lot. So here you can see I'm doing the same process. It's really tedious at the very start here, but it's worth it once you get it done. Here's a closer look. Now I will say that most people do it with the sewn edge inside. I like to do it on the outside. It's just a personal preference of how I like it to look. Here it is a little bit further out. You can see how it looks. It's still laying flat, and even more, the more material you can see, as long as you're bunching really good on the inside when you're going around the corners and stuff, you're going to get a flat look too. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions, just let me know. I'd be happy to help you.